What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Convincing Idiots. This is episode 282. This week, we're going to be telling you about Batman celebrating a new anniversary with the Dark Knight series. Also, AMC Theaters. They are saying no to an AI movie. We're going to tell you just all about it. And then TV might be shifting to some micro episodes. We're going to discuss that and just how we feel about it. And then lastly, in our final segment, we are going to be assembling our Convincing Idiots NBA starting five. That's right, all-time 5 NBA players we want on the court playing for our team. We're going to discuss who belongs on the roster. I've just told you what you're here for. We know you're hungry for it. Without further ado, let's start the show.
Enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
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 Call it again. Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the Statman, not just anyone's opinion, the Statman Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
3 friends representing 3 different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Nick got the whole poop.
I'm standing in the sea
Caucasian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
Brian Gen X.
And I am Millennial Nick. We are Convincing Idiots, a weekly podcast of 3 friends who represent 3 different generations. We get together here each and every week to discuss all things nerd and pop culture. So if you like all things nerd and pop culture, then what are you doing? You need to be joining us each and every week. And how can you be sure to do that? Well, that would be by finding us on all the places that you subscribe to podcasts, interacting with us on all of our social media accounts, and you can find links to those on our link tree. So simply go to Google, make it easy on yourself, type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, that's Linkree, and there we have conveniently laid out all of our social media accounts so you're sure not to miss anything. We also have a link to our merch store on there, as well as a link to our email if you'd like to drop us a line and say what's up. All that information and even more is on our website. You can go there directly by simply going to convincingidiots.wordpress.com. This is episode 282 of Convincing Idiots. Brian,
This is the big one, boys.
what are you having
Yeah.
to drink tonight, brother?
You know exactly what it is.
You know what it is.
Another man. Oh,
That's
Busch Light.
right. Conway's. Nope. Conway's Irish Ale, Great Lakes Brewing, Cleveland, Ohio. That's it. I did find the new variety pack that they have, by the way. So there's the Irish Stout and the new Irish Lager in that one, which I've not yet tried. The Stout I have last year. The Lager is new this year. So, yeah, you get 6 Conways and 3 of each of the other ones. Yes.
Nice.
So I'll let you know how that is.
I'll try that one.
Or
Can't
tomorrow.
miss this
You'll
time of
be over
year.
tomorrow. Try it. Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. How about you, Dean? What do you got?
Oh, I am drinking this new this year from BrewDog, the Spring Bach. There's a Spring Bach from BrewDog.
How was
quite
it?
tasty. Yeah, quite. If you enjoy Bachs, it's very, very good.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like box, cardboard, beer, and otherwise.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm having, what am I having? This is a Filthy Imperial Stout from North High Brewing.
Well,
it's quite,
that's fitting.
It's quite delicious. Yeah. So,
You're
yeah.
filthy.
Yeah, I am filthy. And also roasty and boozy and well,
You're
we'll
all
just leave it.
those.
Yeah.
Well, certain
Could
parts
be.
are chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Go
door
read
you
the
go
can
into.
there. Yeah, that's right. Parts of me are.
Pick a door.
That's right.
Well, besides Nick's chocolatey goodness, Dean, how about some idiot recommendations? Anything you want to recommend that you may have listened to, read, watched, whatever, over the past week, sir?
Motherfuckers, Scrubs started last night. Well, if you're hearing this, it started last Wednesday.
I see mixed reviews.
Well, I don't know or care, who says what about it. I thought it was it's fantastic.
There you go.
I don't care about that.
All right.
Yeah, it has the charm of the original series. It doesn't like it doesn't make you feel that you're watching like just old people trying to rehash it. The way they pick up the story is it works and it's funny. If you like Scrubs for like the flashbacks or the quick jokes and then the that sensitivity that they have in every episode, it's all there. It's all there. I enjoyed it. I'm very excited it's back, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Okay. Is it a limited series or
no,
you don't know?
I don't know. I didn't hear the word limited, so
okay.
We'll see.
All right. Very
Are
good.
they? Did they they're not like picking up right where they left, or I mean, like time has passed, right? They're obviously older.
Correct.
They're just picking up years down the road, kind of thing.
And then
cool.
they kind of fill in the blanks of what has happened over the past 15 years. It explains some stuff and kind of gets that out of the way at first, and then kind of deals with it, going forward. So,
okay.
All right.
Nice.
Nick, how about you?
I have nothing to recommend. I don't think I watched anything this week, so I don't skip pass.
Okay.
Skip your pass.
I'll give you one thing. Night Agent on Netflix, season 3. So,
okay,
FBI drama, very, very good. So, if you like that type of drama, the whole political FBI, all kinds of a very interesting series, great characters. I just like it a lot. So I got sucked into the first season a couple years. God, it was a couple years ago now, something like that. But yeah,
3 seasons it would be.
Yeah, for sure. Check it out on Netflix. And for something the last 3 seasons on Netflix, it's pretty good.
That's true.
So
yeah. I will say I have been watching a lot recently of Schitt's Creek because we recently lost Catherine O'Hara, so I've been going back and rewatching Schitt's Creek and very much enjoying that. It's just a nice thing to turn on at night for a couple laughs, and I've seen them all anyway, so it's just kind of like one of those things that you can have on the background. And but yeah, very much. I just forgot how much I enjoyed that show.
Oh yeah, great show. One of the best sitcoms ever, as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah.
All right, so some pop culture headlines, gentlemen. I saw things that make you feel older when something that you read when you were a kid or saw or something is now celebrating 30 years, 40 years. My God. So it's the 40th anniversary. This is the graphic novel version of it here, but The Dark Knight Returns. Batman here. So, yeah, so 1986 this thing was released. I can't even fucking believe it. So
is that an original copy you have there in your hand?
This is not. So it was actually this was like the collaboration so it was a limited series back in 86. I don't know if it was 4 or 6 I don't remember. But you could buy the collaboration now for $15-$16 or what have you. And so the premise is, if you don't know, but so Bruce, they kind of got the idea of Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne based on this. So the Batman versus Superman movie is definitely loosely based on this graphic novel. Matter of fact, Batman's armor in that movie looks almost exactly like it looks in this graphic novel, So, but the premise is Batman has retired and he's come back out of retirement after 10 years. And he's just an older man now. And he's trying to grapple with just being older, and he's beat up. Commissioner everybody's older. Joker's older, everybody's older. And he gets a new Robin and decides he's just got to go back out there and try to make a difference. But again, since he's older, it creates a whole new, dynamic there and all that. But his age coming back as an old man, 55 years of age, which of course I'm older than now, so it's like, God damn
I don't
it.
think so.
Yeah,
You don't think he's older? Or you don't think he's over 55?
I don't think he's older than 55.
His mail filled with AARP offers tells a different story.
Yeah, no shit. Now I don't have the membership anymore. Now I'm getting like hey, you ever think about the life insurance
Right?
AARP? Yeah.
We
Yeah, how's
noticed
that
you left
cough and-
AARP and you're still alive. So what's up?
Good for you, but also here's some other options.
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, so if you never read it, it's sort of making a little mini resurgence out there, on social media and everything like that. So there's an animated movie version as well, 2-parter. You can find that out there on Amazon Prime and a few things, which just a reenactment of the graphic novel. So definitely check it out. Very, very good stuff. Have you guys ever read it? Intend to read it? If not, any interest in it, Dean? Or not really?
No, I mean, I'm not disinterested in it, but I'm not gonna. It's not one of those things I'm gonna search out. I might actually look up the animated movie or whatever, and watch that. I'd be more apt to do that than go out and buy the new comic book.
Yeah, some dark shit. Nick, how about you? Ever heard of it before?
I have heard of it, but reading comic books are one of those things I wish I did more of. Because I'm always impressed by like the artwork and then just the storytelling and things like that. I do enjoy it, but for whatever reason, I read through a lot of the Spawn comics and then picked up a couple of the the offshoot, like the limited Spider-Man series and things like that. But I would certainly be interested in checking it out. But no, I have not read them as of yet.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely another recommendation.
Yeah.
All right. Another AI story here, guys. We talked about some AI stuff last week with potential AI actors that Matthew McConaughey was mentioning.
We talked about AI porn last week, I think.
We sure did.
We did.
We did.
That's right. That's right. So you might remember we talked prior about an AI film festival, right? So films that were made using AI technology. Okay, so there is an AI short film called Thanksgiving Day that is being released in theaters, right? However, AMC theaters, as well as Classic Cinemas and TCL Chinese theaters, are not. Let's see. So that's where it's. Anyway, AMC is not showing it. That's where the bottom line here. So AMC theaters has decided not to run this as sort of a protest against AI films, right? Okay. So I don't know if it's going to matter a ton, frankly, but just the fact that AMC said we're not going to screen it. I think that's an interesting stance. I don't know that there's been many examples of that. I'm sure that there are. We probably just haven't heard about, depending on what it was. Maybe it was something controversial or something. But I don't know. Just an interesting pushback on AI technology. It's not going to slow the technology down. Certainly, people are still going to be able to find these if they want to. But what are your thoughts, Nick, of a traditional theater chain refusing to show an AI film?
I don't know. To say that I applaud it would maybe be a bridge too far, but I respect the move because, as we've discussed before, and we've talked a lot about AI on this podcast, and like usually it has to do with fears of what AI can be used for, but ultimately when it comes to the arts, I think we've all pretty much discussed and expressed our desire for it's an art form, and I don't see a lot of artistry going into making an AI film. So I kind of support the idea of it. I don't know that everyone, I mean, if people want to seek it out and watch it, that's one thing. But like, uh, yeah, I feel like it brings legitimacy to it to put it in an actual movie theater when there are actors and crews and film studios putting a lot of artistic energy into putting out a film that, like, to have an AI film in a theater competing at a box office with things that human beings are making and are using as creative outlets, it doesn't feel like that's not the same thing. Like, we shouldn't. Okay, if you watch Convincing Idiots on YouTube, I don't feel like we should be
Which you should.
You should watch it. But it's not even the same thing because we're still people, and I mean, as much as we are not Jon Stewart or Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert, a popular late night show, right? We're still, albeit not as talented as those gentlemen, but we are a creative outlet we're doing something with our time, and we're here discussing things. How creative that actually is up for debate, certainly. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, let's like going to see. Okay, here's a better analogy. It's like going to see a band that you love, and one of the opening acts, they just wheel out they over the PA they play an AI generated artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that those are
the
not
Kiss
the same
avatars? There could be an argument there that's coming, Nick,
Yep.
soon. That's
Sure,
the same
but
type of
those
sort of.
They are playing the music that was created by actual people,
true.
written by humans, written by, they're not making brand.
True.
Now that I would have a problem with. If they start introducing new Kiss music that is AI generated, that's fucked. Like that's not what Kiss is. That's not what, you know what I mean? So to say that like all theaters should do it, I don't know, but I do agree with a theater company being like, no, we're not, like, this is bringing legitimacy to something that is not even created in an artistic way. I think is the way I view it.
Okay, Dean, what do you think?
I don't give a fuck. No, listen.
See that shit.
It is simple as this: the movie theaters were built for Hollywood. Their product is based on, like Nick said, studios working to get these film made and all of the crews and the money and the actors and everything comes into it. It is part of the it's part of the machine. It's part of the Hollywood machine. You start with the writers, with the ideas, and then they start writing, and then and it works all of its way through promoting to this, and it gets to the theaters, and then gets to us. That is how society has agreed that the film industry works. Okay, so for somebody to come in and go, we're going to bypass this and put this in your theater. No, that's you're not part of the machine. This is how this
all
works.
The middlemen,
right? So absolutely, the theaters have every right to say no.
Mm-hmm.
You that's like just you're filming a dog turd for 2 hours and then going to the theater and going, can I play this for people? I'm like, no, that's not how this works, and that's not how that works. So maybe you could get some sort of like theater, like get your own kind of system in theater to where you could have AI movies playing and people want to go see them. Fine, that's your prerogative. but I don't expect part of Hollywood that you're fucking to get involved in your fuckingness.
Yeah. No, that's right. There's no fucking contract. Yeah, AMC is not obligated to put anything out there they don't want to. Right? It's an independent company. Right? It's there to make money.
Yeah.
So they may lose a little bit of money by doing some of this. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if people's clamoring to go see an AI short in a theater. I'm not sure, but
no,
like I say, they don't believe in it, and they're making a stance, and that's all right. Other places will show it. They chose not to. That's fine. I think it's pretty cool.
Let me pull a movie out of the theater, that is, from a studio that's made us money, just to put your little, shit computer movie in here. Yeah, that's good.
You know what? That could be some of it too, because that maybe they are thinking ahead a little bit, where there could be a future big distributor, and they may say, "Hey, I'm not going to run our Hollywood film in AMC." Because you guys are supporting AI, so there's some thinking there too.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Decision. Yeah,
exactly. So bigger question: is it art as a whole? That's another question. By the way, on that topic, last week on 60 Minutes, you can catch the podcast version or what have you. But there was a very interesting piece on is AI paintings, digital type displays, is that art? There was a big story of some guy created a pretty elaborate AI art on a big screen. It was like shown in some museum and all that type of stuff, and really was getting a lot of attention. So, is it art? Is it not art? So if you listen to that, it's pretty interesting stuff. So
I could use some convincing, because my immediate reaction is, of course, it's not, because it's AI. Like
that's the argument for some.
Sure.
Yeah, not according to this guy, but according to some people, you're right. It's not art. So that's a big question. That's going to be a big question, probably for a very long time.
Yeah.
Going forward. All right. Well, a kind of a sad, but then it became sort of a feel-good story. Punch the Monkey, gentlemen. Have you heard or seen any social media about this little monkey in a Japanese zoo?
That was Nick. You were telling me about that. How you spank your monkey? Is that the same thing we're talking about?
Sometimes you gotta change it up. The routine. Just
it's not punching.
Not enough.
It's not punching the monkey. I think that's what you were thinking.
You gotta get a little rougher with it sometimes.
Yeah. No, this is a monkey named Punch. Actually.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So he was a little guy. He was rejected by. He was rejected by his mother in the zoo. And he sort of he latched onto a stuffed orangutan plushie. So there's a lot of the footage of this little monkey carrying this plushie around and just cuddling with it and that type of thing. And he's now starting to get accepted by the group of monkeys or whatever it is here. But it just sort of became a whole feel good story of people feeling sad for the little guy that was rejected, and kind of relating and all that type of stuff. So I don't know. So you guys have not seen it, so it's hard to get much of an opinion here. But
I saw pictures.
Did you? All right. Can you relate to Punch in any way, Dean? At times, what do you think about the Punch story?
Dean, society has casted you.
Many times. Many
Certainly
times.
You can relate.
So sorry, I got my cat going ape shit over here. Sorry. I have been rejected by society, and I also my only recourse is to take a plushie and carry it, a dirty little plushie, and carry it around. And then my sister met him and married him.
There you go.
Yeah, everything kind of worked out for everybody.
Yeah. The monkey's happy.
The monkey's very happy.
Nick, any thoughts on Punch the Monkey? Can you relate?
I can relate, because I used to carry around a Haggard stuffed animal as well. My Winnie the Pooh plush that I was basically my security blanket all my life, and all my life is a bit extreme. Probably later into my life than it should have been, but not all my life.
Yep.
No, only till I was like 20. But yeah, no, it's adorable, and it's kind of cute, right? It's something that we look at the behavior of animals and look for things that we can relate to in them. But yeah, I had a little Winnie the Pooh that I carried around, and then like he's only haggard looking because I had him for
What
so
you
long,
did
and
to him.
I literally could not sleep without the thing. There was a couple times where I left him somewhere, and we had to my parents would have to leave at nighttime, go track him down, find where he was. That whole thing, total meltdown. But yeah, I used to tickle, I would call it, on his ear. I'd hold his one ear up, only it's his left when you're looking at the bear, right? His left,
Of course.
my right side, and I would rub my nose on it and do like this little suction thing with my mouth. It's very strange, and that one ear is like nothing. It's like there's no fuzz left
I
on
don't
it.
quite understand what you're talking about. You might have to show me tomorrow at work.
Yeah, the bear is in our bedroom.
No. I don't give a fuck about the bear. Show me what you
treat him like the bear.
Yeah.
The ear and the nose and the sucking and whatever.
I turn him around, butt to nut with me, and I grab him by the throat, and then I just kind of like rub my nose on his ear. And so I'll show you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
wow.
Nice.
I need to change my pants right now.
Nice. I think we all can relate to Punch the Monkey at times.
Sure.
And as a kid, I certainly had that too. I had a couple stuffed animals. I had a big bird thing, and then I had a teddy bear that was
like an actual prehistoric bird that someone killed for you, and you just carried around.
Yeah, it's the one that goes like, "It's a living." They used to your bird on the Flintstones. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
So you guys got stuffed animals when you were kids?
Of course.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes. Yeah.
They gave me like this little tree stump and said, this is your new stuffed animal. I believed it for a few years. And yeah.
You don't act like your parents never gave you anything. Your dad gave you all those great cigarette burns on your back.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
And I don't have any of those.
And if it was still burning, and if it was still burning, he used his belt to put him out.
Yep.
That was nice of him.
That's nice.
I like these internet stories like this because it's like just when people come together on a nice story like this, I just think it's good.
You can hardly ever plan that.
Huh?
You can hardly ever plan that.
Plan what?
Yeah, when everybody comes together, it's just nice.
Yeah, it's very difficult timing. Yes, that's
a lot
right.
of synchronization.
That's
going
right.
on.
That's right.
You're coming together. Right. You got to tap her on top of the head.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, moving on.
What? Story about Punch. I like that. It was just good.
Conversation about Punch. Kind of along the same line, Nick. A micro drama. Okay. I think Robin's called you a micro drama at times.
Yeah, that's right.
So the story here is your next favorite show to binge might be 60 seconds long. So apparently there's a new thing on social media, a micro drama. So these are bite-sized, scripted, made-for-mobile shows, and they're gaining popularity in the U.S. So it's like a soap opera story, but each is about 60 seconds. So you can find these things, binge them at 60 seconds apiece, and eventually they will tell you an entire story.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Short dramas made $1.4 billion in revenue in the U.S. last year, according to data from Owl and Company, a consulting firm that focuses on media and technology. So the LA City Council voted to explore creating a $5 million subsidy for microdramas to help support their continued growth. Any thoughts? Any interest would you ever find? I mean, maybe an episode or two. Are you interested in a micro drama to take in something at 60 seconds per episode until it eventually builds a whole story, or is it just another stupid thing on social media? Nick, what do you think?
I'm very interested in a microdrama because that's the only way I can consume a fucking show or movie at all. It's a little usually longer than 60 seconds at a time, but it's often 10 minutes at a time. I don't have 2 hours or an hour for a show often. So as much as like it's silly because it's something that we've not seen before, joking aside, I do kind of like someone's thinking outside the box. Is it a little ridiculous that, like that there's maybe a need for that? And that could be either like you don't have time to sit there and watch a whole episode of something, or that you don't have the attention span to sit there and watch a whole episode of something. Yes, that is regrettable. However, I do like the ingenuity that it is a different way to get entertainment to people or get a product that people have worked on in front of people. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if it's going to catch on. I don't know if that's, because I mean, you think about it, like my initial thought was, well, how do you tell a story? How do you character build at 60 seconds of time? Well, you literally shoot it like you would anything else, right? But you break it down into 60-second or however long. I assume 60-second is not a hard and fast rule, right? I mean, it'd be a couple minutes. I'm thinking like Instagram reels, right? Like sometimes you watch a video for a few minutes. I watched a whole space and time theory on TikTok that was like 7 minutes long. You know what I mean? And like, let's say that's an episode, 5 to 7 minutes or whatever. That's interesting. It's like I said, I think it's original and a different way to get something in front of someone. And like I said, I mean, I'm half joking, but it's the very reason that I told you I haven't watched anything last week, because I haven't. I don't have it. I don't have the time. Now, if you give me something I could take in 5 minutes at a time, maybe I'll watch an episode here or there.
Or 5 inches.
Yeah. It's different.
I think you do at the time. You're just probably like me with ADHD. You just can't fucking focus on something for too long most of the time.
Well, it's literally like I don't have time. I can focus on things that when I have the time. It's just like, I'll give you an example. I just tonight before the show, I have not been able to use my bank card since February 11th because I haven't had the time to call the number. I had a borderline questionable charge on there, and since February 11th, I haven't been able to call the bank to tell them to send me a new card until tonight. And the only reason I did that is because I was trying to log into ESPN to have a hockey game on in the background, and I couldn't because I'm locked out of my account because my payment didn't go through. It's like that.
All right, Dean, what do you think about microdramas?
Enough already. Enough with this gimmicky shit. Enough with the short attention span. I don't want to sound old and complain about the generation and yell at the clouds, but goddamn, come on! What is the difference between this and you know what? We've had these for years. You know what they're called? Goddamn commercials. They're commercials on TV. They give us many stories and many. We care for these. Yeah, Flo has been doing it for the past 15 fucking years. Flo with fucking Progressive. She's been giving us these whole stories in mini increments for years. And what do? We complain that there's too many commercials. We fast forward through the commercials. So we're going to what? We're going to fast forward through the commercials just to get another short fucking film, movie, TV, whatever. It's bullshit. Just to have a niche, just to be different, just to have this generation be the one that can't focus and comprehend, and we have to take everything in a small. Eat a dick, grow up, and watch a fucking TV show.
I think you're coming from it somewhere different. First, you're talking about commercials. The people that they're advertising this for don't have to fast forward commercials. They don't have there are no commercials. Like that's not
bullshit.
That's not
Netflix is giving you commercials now.
I
mean,
can't
come on,
tell you the
everybody's
last time I've seen a commercial, other than that wasn't an ad on YouTube, which is also a commercial.
It's also a commercial.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
I
you
just
can't wait for it to give you
also,
the time where you can skip.
I also,
Well,
in my
you
head,
pay a higher premium if you don't have commercials on your streaming service too.
Okay,
you're paying more.
Yes,
okay,
right,
that's an argument. Okay, I'll listen to that. But I'm still, in general, it's the same. It's the same small time, amount of time that we've been complaining about all these years. Now you want to condense all of that into. I don't get it. I don't like it. I'm tapping out of society.
I also think you're thinking of it that like an episode is like everything, like an episode, if it's 5 minutes, is tied up with a bow and there's a beginning, middle, and end. I don't see it like that in my head. It's probably shot the same way. It's just you're given it in digestible sections that you have time
then where
for.
are you going to find it? Then tell me where you're going to find it. Where do you find it? Because I don't know about you, but I've been sucked into these where like you're watching, Netflix. You're not Netflix. I'm sorry, TikTok or whatever, and something comes up that you don't follow, but like because your algorithm, they think you like it, and you do, and then it stops like before they get to the good part, and you can't find where that account is to watch the rest of that or the second part of that video, and it just pisses you off.
Well, wouldn't you like that page if you were watching that video? If it like I don't know the platform, but I'm thinking
watching the video
in YouTube.
Real Short is one, and Drama Box. There's different ones that are out there.
Real Short is one of those horseshit things that get me. That they give you part of it, and then you can't find where the rest of the video, and then you're like, "What?" And then when I go ahead and block the account just because I'm mad that they did that to me.
I think there would probably be like a page. You know what I mean? Like you probably could just follow that video, and it probably would have all the segments on it, I would imagine. Go ahead.
In my head, it's an app. Like, right? You would get this service, and you have the app, and then you have your shows, but like the episodes are small. So like Dean, at work, we have break time that lasts 10 minutes. You go sit on your break, you knock out an episode of whatever that show is. It's 5 to 7 minutes long or something. And then, or a segment of an episode or whatever. It's all telling an overarching story. In my head, I can't imagine what psychopath would sit down to a TV, turn on a TV, get comfy, whatever, and watch something for 5 minutes. Like, it's not made for that. But it would probably be a mobile application kind of thing where you're like, I mean, I'm certainly, you would have it on TV if you wanted to just watch them in consecutive order as if they were whatever you have time for, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Mexican soap operas that Telemundo?
No,
No, but the Televisa, whatever. I want those to be involved in this, just so like the whole minute's going to be taken up by one sentence and an eyebrow raise and like that really dramatic music.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that for a minute.
Oh, Dios mío.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, it's silly. It's all silly.
Yep, it's not going to go away either. Like you say, it's the
fad.
Well, maybe. I mean, on one hand, I am glad to see movies that aren't afraid to say, we're going to make a movie. And it's going to be as long as we fucking want to make it. If you don't want to go see 2.5 hour movie, then don't fucking go. Right. So I like that. But this is obviously it's just catering, like you say, to the whole mini consumable mobile generation. It's just what it is.
Fuck you, damn it!
I mean,
you made no. Listen, let me explain my fuck you. You actually just made me have to fucking argue against myself. You're right. If I'm going to make the argument that we should be able to have 2-hour movies without people bitching and moaning about it, and then if you don't like it, don't go watch it, then the opposite end of that is you should be able to have these mini bullshit shows, and I should shut my mouth because if I don't want to watch it, I shouldn't watch it. So,
Right.
God damn it.
That money,
That's the same thing
that money talks,
No,
man.
no, you're right. No, you're right.
It became such a common thing to have these 3-hour-long movies, but in my head, when I see it, I'm like, fuck me. Like, seriously? 3 hours?
Yeah.
Like, why do I gotta sit down for 3 goddamn hours to watch a movie? And then, like, go out for it and make it, like, it's hours of my life now? It's 5 to 6 hours that I have to plan for? Like, Jesus Christ.
But the only thing I'm upset now is that, well, I was going to say you can edit out that rant, but that felt good to get off my chest, just to complain about something. So keep it. But yeah, intentionally or unintentionally, Brian, you convinced me there, bud.
Good. Excellent. Well, we're going to end this segment on a good convincing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to come back with a segment 2. And if you're watching us on...
Boogaloo.
That's right. If you're watching us on YouTube, Nick and I's attire will be a clue to what we are going to talk about. If you're listening only, you'll just have to keep listening. Right after this.
Hello, dum-dums.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell 2 enemies.
Five and 4 and 3.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This is our final segment of Convincing Idiots.
Yes.
I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X Brian and the Zennial Dean. Yes! This evening, we are going to discuss who Convincing Idiots' official basketball team. I don't know if you guys know this. Convincing Idiots is about to form an official basketball team of all-time greats. That's right. And we are going to pick our collective starting 5. But first, each one of us must bring 3 submissions to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So we will first find out if these gentlemen are heating up.
All right.
Dean, do you want to say something?
I want to go first because I kind of went against the rules, guys.
Okay, well, you do that.
I don't know basketball that well, so I just went with one, and it is the obvious.
Picked one person.
Yeah, who else would you need besides Aaron Blake with Blake Insurance?
Oh.
Because when he shoots, he scores.
The
Blake Insurance Group is an independent agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio, offering personal care and support for all of your insurance needs. If you need auto, home, business, or life insurance, give Aaron a call. He'll treat you with the honesty and respect that you deserve. Call the Blake Insurance Group at 234-571-5359 or find them online at the Blake Insurance LLC, BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today.
Throws the hammer down.
Yeah.
Boom, shakalaka.
For those of you listening, yes, that is the actual Zennial Dean also commentating the Barberton Magic's junior varsity basketball team each and every week.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, real quick, my 3, obviously Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have Mark Price from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
Good one. Yep.
Sentimental
pick. Sentimental pick. I like Mark Price. One of the greatest Cavs ever.
Yeah, he was. His wife was hot, too. All right, who's next? Nick, why don't you go ahead?
All right.
Give it to us.
I'll give you the free square. I've got Michael Jordan. I've got Steph Curry. And I've got Dennis Rodman.
Ooh, man.
The worm.
That's good.
Brian,
Wow.
who you got?
I have wearing on my shirt Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. I think it's their first unanimous pick. No surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so let's just start with Mike, right? Michael
You know,
Jordan.
There's written down, but let's go ahead and discuss.
Yeah, let's just talk about him. Let's give him. I don't give him his flowers. Is a silly thing to say. There's a reason people say someone is the Michael Jordan of something, and there's a reason that we all picked MJ on our list because he is. I'm just gonna say he is the greatest player to ever play for a mixture of reasons, not just one thing. There are plenty of different.
And it's arguable, but
there are sure, and people will have those arguments. But Michael Jordan gives you a little bit of everything. He's got the stats, he's got the records, he's got the clear talent, and he's got that psychopath gene in his head. Where to call him a fierce competitor doesn't even really do it justice. Like, Michael Jordan is mentally unwell, and it's in a good way because that's the only way that he's able to be Michael Jordan.
He was also one of the only like uber celebrities that could pull off a Hitler mustache for a brief period of time.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound like I'm being over the top with this, but I am like, there are some talents in the world, whether it be in sports and athletics or with acting or whoever celebrities' work you appreciate. Michael Jordan is one that I can truly tell you I'm so goddamn grateful I existed in the same timeline to watch that guy fucking play. Like, I've never seen anything as clutch, as dominant, as just all world at anything as Michael Jordan was at basketball. So that's my 2 cents on Michael Jordan. I feel like he's just like I said, there's a reason he's ultimately on everybody's list. If it's basketball, Michael Jordan's name goes right with it.
I mean, this pick's kind of a slam dunk if you ask me.
It sure is. You.
Yep. No, but I watched him. I mean, his rookie year was 86, right? And just so when you watch this guy play, it was like, holy shit! It was just different. It was he was the first guy to really take the game to just a completely different level of power and finesse. I mean, he single-handedly pulled some of those bad Bulls teams to, playoff contention until they got some people around him. So, Larry Bird back in its time, he said something. He had a famous quote. It was like, God was, Michael Jordan was God. It's something like that. Michael Jordan was God disguised, playing basketball or something like that. But 10-time NBA scoring leader, 6 championships. And then he retired, as we know, and had a little baseball stint there, came back and won a couple more. So just an absolutely amazing.
That is insane. The man took
talent.
a break, had a unsuccessful, albeit, but a baseball career, and then came back and won more. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, just an amazing
story on that one, though.
Yeah, that was a rough part of his life and all that. But think about that too. I can't. I'm sure there's got to be others as well. Kobe maybe as well, but there's not a whole lot of guys anymore that were drafted by a team and stuck with that team during some tough times, tough, lean years where you're the only talent that team has, and there's other teams just kicking. You just can't single-handedly beat everybody, and it just a lot of teams just weren't able to build up enough talent around a guy to win championships, but the Bulls managed to pull it off. Yeah. And of course, put together some of the greatest literal basketball teams in NBA history around him. But he also had the ability to make people better around him. Somewhat out of fear, probably.
I was going to say, well, he was a fearless competitor and a completely relentless motivator. And if you want to call it that, I mean, he straight up bullied his teammates to being the best that they could be,
Yeah. Well, Brian does for this podcast for you, Nick and I.
That's right. It's still not working. See, I would say bullying your teammates is one thing, but getting it to actually pay off is another. He has yet to do that, but
I will not try a different approach.
He is but he is trying.
The difference is those teams had like people that were talented. They just needed the bullying. We don't have talent, so he could bully us all he wants.
That's true.
Like he does. It just doesn't, nothing. You can't take, you can't get blood out of a rock.
That's
You're poking a dead body with a stick and telling it to do something.
Right,
It's just not
right.
going to
Yep.
do it.
Not going to do it.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jordan definitely deserves, and also one of the smartest early businessmen.
Yeah.
In NBA history as well,
And
smart enough
some
to
luck
that deal he
involved in
made
that
with
as well.
with Nike, huh?
Well,
Some
his
definite
parents
luck
had
involved in that as well.
his parents also
Yeah.
had,
Well, sure,
helped out on
but-
that deal too, though.
Yeah,
Because
but
he
still.
also Nike, he in part made Nike what it is today.
Sure.
Nike, when he signed with them, was not what Nike is today. He wanted
No.
Converse because Converse was the big brand back then. And
Mhm.
if not for Michael Jordan being Michael Jordan, Nike may not be what it is today. Probably is not.
Very true.
It was a struggling business at the time. That was also a really good movie. The Ben Affleck.
Great movie.
Yeah, very good.
Great movie.
Air? Was it called Air?
I think it was Air.
Yeah,
Definitely check. If you haven't seen that,
Good
check
movie.
that out. Very excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, yeah, no brainer. Michael Jordan, excellent.
Yep. I'll give
All
you.
right,
So we talked about
Go ahead.
some of the greatest teams in history. This next gentleman was on record-wise the greatest team in NBA history, and it's Steph Curry. And the reason I chose Steph Curry is because he is one of the closest things, other than there's another one on this list that I can think of that gave me Michael Jordan vibes in the sense that when you watch him play, you have we've never seen a shooter like Steph Curry ever.
No, you're right.
The man can shoot from anywhere in complete coverage, double covered, triple covered, doesn't matter. The guy fucking nails 3-pointers from anywhere on the floor. It's quite insane. Now, yes, Steph Curry alongside him had a bunch of great players also with those Golden State Warriors teams, but Steph Curry is the key to it all because you take him away and hitting those shots from deep, way outside. I mean, half court. I mean, crazy. It was a reporter I was listening to on a basketball podcast. He said he showed up for a media avail in Golden State, and Steph Curry. Everybody's lined up on the court side there to get the pregame snippets from Steph Curry. He walks out to center court. There's 2 basketballs, one on each side of the half court line. He grabs the basketball from one side, hits a half court shot on one side of the court, picks up the other ball, hits a half court one, first try each. Then he's ready to do his media avail. It was like his fucking his ritual. After he walk up, hit back-to-back half-court shots, and then he's ready for questions. I'm like, what a fucking G. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's one thing to do it, to show off or do it, use that as an example, but watch him in games. Wearing a Raptors jersey, big Toronto Raptors fan. Our 2019 championship over the Warriors, even still sometimes when I think back on it, we needed things to break our way, right? Couple key injuries. Klay Thompson went down. Kevin Durant was not available for a lot of that series. We needed things to break our way, but watching him that closely in that series and leading up to and in the years against the Cavs and everything, I'm like, he never ceased to amaze me at what he could do. It's like you were playing a video game on easy, and every time you hit that circle button to let the shot go from anywhere on the court, it just went in. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that he was covered. It didn't matter the situation, how far away you were, if you were off balance. The guy can hit shots from anywhere, any position, off balance, covered, doesn't it seems superhuman to watch.
Yeah. Crazy talented.
Yeah.
And as a Cavs fan, fucking hated that dude.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's because he was good. You know what I mean? It's not like being a Celtics fan with Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson. It's like, man, I fucking hate that guy, but he was just because he was good, Yeah. You had to respect him, Yeah. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. All right. Good. Dean, you want to argue anybody on your list?
Sure. When I was a child, Mark Price came to Barberton High School and to do a talk, a speech, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why. I don't even remember the speech, but his wife was so fucking hot. I got like a couple pictures with
Good job,
her.
Mark Price.
Yeah, she was like
Respect.
smoking hot. Mad respect. And I thought to myself, I pulled up the picture earlier today, and I was looking at the little deanlet sitting next to Mark Price's wife, and I knew what he was thinking. Like I could see in his eyes, and what he was thinking was, if I ever get a podcast in my mid 40s, I'm going to, and we do an episode where we did have the ultimate list of basketball players. I'm definitely going to pick this dude because of his smoking hot wife.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yep.
Here we are.
Dream realized, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
You know, kids,
Aim high,
listen,
kids.
aim high. Might happen. Probably not, because you're not as talented as I am. But hey, who knows?
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
So that's my argument for Mark Price. He had a really hot wife.
Okay.
Yep. We'll consider that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And he was one of the greatest Cavaliers of all
He was
time.
he was a very good player.
Be
Absolutely. Yeah. He definitely was.
Is one of the few Cavs that have his number retired, and for good reason.
Yep.
Just couldn't get past. He had that poor Cavs team had like a lot of teams in that era, had the unfortunate timing to play against Michael Jordan.
Correct.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, he just could not get past Michael Jordan in a couple of playoffs. Of course, the shot. Michael Jordan made his emergence was over the shot over the Cavaliers, as we know, that poor Cavs team. Otherwise, the Cavs team could have won some championships. That's for sure. They were talented enough.
Yep, sure.
All right, guys, I'm going with the guy on my shirt, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
The Boston Celtics, 3-time NBA champion, 3-time Finals MVP, 3-time most valuable player in the league, 12-time All-Star, member of the 75th anniversary team, as is, of course, Michael Jordan. This guy just tenacious and talk trash. But
that's what I appreciate the most about him, I think. Besides of like how
he could back
ridiculously good he was. Right.
Yeah, he could back it up. And you look at the guy, I mean, you guys, I watched him play a lot, just live, watching games with my dad on Sundays and all that type of stuff. But you go back and watch some of the highlight videos, it's like, it looks like a guy that there's no way he should be able to do some of the things that he was doing,
Right.
But he used the skills that he had, and the fact that he played so hard really shortened his career. I mean, he had to retire in his mid-30s because of chronic back issues and things that he just couldn't get past, from playing hard. I mean, the fucking guy would dive on the floor for balls and hurt him. It was all kinds of crazy stuff.
He's a big guy, too. Big guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
are you saying he was a big bird?
A big bird.
In some respects.
Yep.
In some respects. So, and he was a guy too that, not unlike Jordan, he really pushed his teammates to play better. He would scold them, but he would also, blame himself if the team didn't play well. And he also had the ability, and this takes players to a different level. If you make the players around you better, somehow, some way, whether it be your work ethic, assists, whatever it is, you make them better around you. That's where that team just starts to elevate. And I think that's where any great dynasty team, that's what you see. There's always guys that make each other better. They play well off of each other, and that takes real commitment to winning, not just statistics or individual skill. So he definitely had all of that. So in my mind, he definitely deserves a roster spot on the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's hard to argue.
I'll give you one of my next ones here to argue. Yep. And the reason I put him on my list, Dennis Rodman, the Worm. He was one of my favorite players. So, like, growing up, in the '90s and stuff like that, everybody's favorite player was Michael Jordan. But my other favorite player was Dennis Rodman.
Sure.
He was cool as shit. The colored hair, the piercings, he was fucking wild. He's kicking people. He's fucking.
He was in the
Dennis Rodman.
NWO. Come on.
I fucking love Dennis Rodman. But furthermore, Dennis Rodman. So I picked him in the idea. If we're filling roster spots here, if you want somebody on the defensive side of the game, you want a Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is going to fight, battle, fucking straight up whoop your ass for a loose ball. That guy
that's true.
would sit there and study angles of how rebounds would go. He knew where the ball would go based off of where it was shot from. He was so in tune with rebounding. The guy was a fucking rebound freak. He was so in tune with how that ball was shot, where it would hit, and where he needed to be to grab rebounds. He was so skilled at that. You talk about sacrificing the body, diving off the court to save the ball and kick it back to a teammate. I mean, obviously, there again, you put Dennis Rodman played for many different teams. He's shown the most with the Chicago Bulls and the Detroit Pistons because he had those teams around him and guys to pass off to. So, as far as a offensive dynamo, was he that? No, he certainly was not. But Dennis Rodman was there to help others shine and do the gritty, dirty work. And, if you've watched any of The Last Dance or other documentaries that have been made about Dennis Rodman, the guy definitely liked to party, and he had, his own various struggles off court with things. But everybody, all his teammates would recount how I've never seen anything like it. The guy could be at the bar till like 3 a.m. drunk off his ass, and he's the first guy in the gym, and it's like he had this mental block where he was working the hardest in the gym. He'd be in the weight room when he was supposed to be, always putting in the work. There's something about that guy. Something's a little bit broken, but in a way that served him well to do what he needed to do on the hardwood. And Dennis Rodman is an all-time great. Like I said, you talk about rebounding, defensive side of the ball, Dennis Rodman's an all-timer.
I think a little bit of that argument could be that he was so good despite something being broken.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, age gets to everybody and such. But also, his living outside the court, got to him ultimately, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. If Rodman was not on those Bulls teams, still they would have won probably some championships, but maybe not as many.
Sure.
With him there. And you're right. He's a guy that recognized his skill, as did others who put him on the team. And he definitely took that skill to one of the highest levels ever. You think about that. There is no fucking way that many teams would put up with those antics.
No.
They let the guy go off and spend time away
to
from
Vegas
the team
on a bender.
It's like, come on back in because we need you to win. There's
literally
not many dudes that would have tolerated that but they knew he'd bring him back in. He's going to come walk back in and get some rebounds for you and help you win some games. I don't know if you'll ever see that ever again.
He literally skipped practice. There was a Monday night practice, and his team was in the finals. Like they were in the midst of the finals, and he skipped a Monday night practice to go on Monday Night Nitro, WCW Monday Nitro, to wrestle.
Yeah.
Just probably infuriated ownership and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, but like you said, what they do? They needed him. It was the finals.
I mean, there's no shortage of players, NBA players, blowing off games and practices. Look at Joel Embiid, or who's the guy the Cavs just got.
But to go on, but
those guys
to skip it to go on all the time,
but they don't do anything.
TV.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, to go on national TV and play, next to Hulk Hogan. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Pretty amazing.
All right.
Yep.
So
okay.
I have my last one that I'm going to argue here. Can I tell you guys a quick story? I know we've been going for a bit, but I was going through some of my old things as a child. My childhood box of stuffed animals, and but I found my diary. It had a little unicorn on it, and with the
Is this
rainbow.
about Mark Price's wife again?
No. That was a picture. That was a picture.
Okay,
That
okay,
actually that
okay.
hangs up in my office. Next to the smoking jacket. This I was looking through some of the older stuff in my box of memorabilia, and I found my diary, and it said, I can't remember what the year, but I believe I was like 7 years old. It said I watched the movie Airplane for the first time today,
right.
and it was everything a film should be.
Yep. Very
I'm glad
accurate.
I'm glad I'm alive to have witnessed such comedy. P.S. If I ever get a podcast in my mid 40s and we have a greatest basketball team episode, I'm going to put Roger Murdoch on that list. So because of that, I have to have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on my list of ultimate players.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, I mean, it's Kareem. Come on, do I need to fucking say anything more? If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, if Michael Jordan, if you got in a time machine and went and broke Michael Jordan's kneecap in high school, this argument of like greatest of all time is the argument against this and that and the other is with Kareem.
Well, he was the leading scorer of NBA history until LeBron did, but that was LeBron. I mean, give him credit. He's had longevity.
Sure.
But certainly Kareem did it in less games and everything else here. The guy had...
And while flying an airplane and getting sick on him.
That's right. But, one of the most unstoppable shots ever. You never saw it again. Never see anything like it ever again. That whole sky hook that he had was just an amazing shot that he developed over time. Almost unblockable.
Yeah.
Almost unblockable.
I'm embarrassed for you two for not having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on your list.
Yep. Roger. Huh?
Yep. So there you go.
Just
that's
as
my
funny
list.
when
That's
I
my
watched
argument.
is when I watched the actual movie.
You kick rocks. It is okay to be wrong.
Nick, have you argued all yours or no?
I have argued all mine because one was unanimous and I argued the other two. But I want you to tell us about the one that you're going to say right now that I'm already going to co-sign for you. But go ahead and tell us about Kobe
Bryant, gentlemen. So 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 18-time All-Star, 2008 NBA MVP. The man scored 81 points in a game, the second highest in NBA history to Wilt Chamberlain 100, member of the 75th anniversary team as well. And one of the very few, LeBron as well, but Kobe and LeBron, and there's others as well. Moses Malone, there's a few other ones, but not many guys were able to come right out of high school into the NBA and achieve that level of success. Yeah, he was one of those guys that just had that different mindset to him. He is another one, like a Jordan. He was he was kind of a modern Jordan in many respects, to where he was just so determined to win. And man, it's so fun to watch those type of athletes out there, where again they're not, if he had to take the shot, great, or whatever it was. But again, he's one of the guys that just like, not unlike a Curry in some respects here, but just deadly. If he had the ball, and they were, he always felt like there's a pretty good chance he's going to find a way to get this shot off and kick your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, certainly he had some championships with Shaquille O'Neal, and then when Shaq left the Lakers for the Heat, he was so fucking pissed off and determined he was going to win another championship and he did it. You know, with talent that was maybe not as good around him as he had with Shaquille, but just he found a way to take that team to another level, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just everything about him was winning. The way he talked, his habit, just the whole thing. So just a rarity that we may, you're not going to see many guys like him. You know, it's obviously such a tragedy that we lost him too soon.
Mm-hmm.
God, 2020 already. But just as a Celtics fan, I always had to root against the Lakers. And there was a year that Celtics played the Lakers in the finals and all that stuff. But again, it's another type of guy. I don't care who you're rooting for. You have to respect Kobe Bryant's ethic and winning attitude and talent and everything else around him. So, strong case to be on the greatest team of all time.
Well, you said it right there, and I was going to mirror that as just the closest thing, in my opinion, we've seen to a Michael Jordan. Other people have, scored more points. Other people, there's different records that have been broken. LeBron James, like you said, owns the most points in NBA history. But when you combine it wasn't just about, certainly Kobe, like Jordan, was a leader on all the teams that he was on.
Yep.
But it wasn't really about personal accolades, although, and I'm not saying it was for any of these other guys like Hakeem Olajuwon or LeBron James, but that came like all the fact that Kobe, like Jordan, was a central point of all the teams he was on. It wasn't really about like make sure he's got the ball necessarily. It was he is the guy that you want to have the ball in those moments, but he was about leading a team and having success ultimately, no matter what it meant, no matter if it meant somebody else gets that shot, no matter, whatever. He was all over the court, offensively, defensively. Kobe was just so dialed in always. It was like that of MJ, where it was just like superhuman. Like how can somebody be such a fierce competitor that get to that level to where you're always locked in, you're always that determined. It feels impossible when you would watch him, but he was guy never took a night off,
Yep.
So I co-signed Kobe Bryant all the way. Once you said his name when we were listing our three, I'm like, there's one that I vote for right off the. Kobe absolutely deserves to be in the starting five.
All right, boys. So Jordan's in. He was in before all of this got it out of our mouths.
I've got my five in my head that I want, but
we have four
go
spots.
ahead. Yes.
All right. So Nick, out of curiosity, tell us why Mark Price. It's Michael Jordan and then Mark Price three more times.
Yeah. So I want Kobe in. I would vote Kobe. And of my,
I'll agree with Kobe then.
Of my two picks, I would push harder for Steph, obviously.
Okay.
Like I said, love Dennis, but if we're going and positions don't matter and you're going to get defense from MJ and Kobe anyway. If you're looking for more D, I would certainly push for Rodman, but you're going to get defensive play out of those guys. But Steph Curry, like I said, just raw talent. Like I think certainly as 3-point shooting goes, I would ask you to give me somebody that you think is better that the game of basketball has ever seen. Like it's freakish talent. Like it's insane. So I would again make my push for Steph Curry in the top 5. But definitely co-signing Kobe. And my fifth spot is pretty close between a couple, but
right.
Steph I think belongs in there. Not to mention, not only was he on one of the greatest, or not one of the greatest, the greatest regular season NBA team of all time, but all the championships. That they have. What are they? Golden State 6.
I'll have to look that up, but
6
I don't think
in the
won that
modern
many
era?
with them. I don't know if it's that many.
It was at least 5. Might not have been 6, but it's 5.
I'll look it up.
It's an insane run, and again,
I
for
will
so
give you
many
Kobe,
years,
guys.
Yeah.
Let me give you Kobe, but let me make my last ditch effort seriously for Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking legend. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. leading scorer for how? I mean, shit. How long did that record last? You know what I mean? Until
Many
LeBron.
years.
Yeah, probably
Right,
what,
until
like 30 years, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. Like I feel silly that I have to make this argument. It should be a shoo-in, like Jordan was. Like, so there it is.
It's very close for me between Kareem and Larry Bird. It's
Okay.
very, very close for me. Those are the two that I would in my five. If it's MJ, Kobe, and Steph, to me, then well, we've got two spots. That's three.
Yeah,
I'm bad at math. Oh,
to
then
me,
shit.
to me, Jordan, Kareem, and Bird are the natural three, and then you guys got to convince me of the other two. That's where my brain sits.
Okay.
Curry won four championships, by the way, Nick. Four
Okay.
championships. Yeah, that's,
Okay.
which is still solid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dean. I mean, Kareem. As a Celtics fan, I fucking hated him with a passion when he played for the Lakers, because again, that's another guy that could just beat you, and he was even playing in his older years,
right?
For a stint there. But yeah, you kind of forget how great he was. Now, he also won another championship you may forget about with the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's the team that drafted Lou Alcindor then out of college. And again, I mean, think about college as well. That's a whole other level. Kareem was one of the greatest college players to ever play the game of college basketball. And by the way, there's a very good documentary on Prime about the ABA, American Basketball Association.
Okay.
And
I
he
think
was
I saw previews for that.
Very good. Check that out. But Kareem at the time was such a coveted player that the ABA and the NBA were kind of battling for him. And the ABA fumbled it, and the NBA got him. But like you said, he went on to be one of the highest scorer of all time for many years. So the fact that guy he played defense, he had tremendous offensive talent, and just the fundamentals as well. Kareem go up there, he make his fucking free throws, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, man, it's stuff where as a big man that you see a lot of these big guys that may not, they kind of, whatever, they may not focus on that as much, but just he was a winner and he won multiple championships.
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard to leave Kareem off that list from what we have left here. So I'll give you the captain of the Lakers, the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I will too, because now that I realize it's 5 and not 4, I've got my 5 locked in completely. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that 3?
Hold on.
No, it's Kobe.
Chat amongst yourselves.
Well, it's Kobe, Jordan,
Kareem,
and now Kareem.
It's 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 3.
All right.
In my opinion, it's Larry Bird and Steph Curry.
Yeah. I mean, Curry.
And again, we not to discredit Mark Price.
I don't hate that.
Not to discredit Mark Price, and I love Dennis Rodman with a passion, but he's giving you only defensive side of the game,
right?
And that's why I picked him, and I feel like he does deserve a mention for that because defense does win championships. However, we're talking about some of the greatest, our starting 5. And to convince me that Rodman or Price deserve in over Curry or Bird, I think is insane. So I think that's an easy 5.
One real last quick push, then we can wrap this up, boys. But did you at least Google Mark Price's wife?
No.
Okay. All right. That's fine. It's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool. No, mm-hmm. I'm good with Bird and Steph Curry. I agree with Nick. That seems logical to me.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I'm looking at Mark Price's wife now.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Let's not write it down until we get this out.
Wait, we forgot about. Wait a minute. Nobody had Andre Iguodala. Gun to the earth, Andre Iguodala.
I was close. It was between him and Mark Price's wife. But
now the picture I have, she's a lovely woman. This is a current picture. I'm
Okay,
not,
again,
not an
I was
unattractive
like,
lady at
I
all.
was like 11
Okay.
years old.
He saw her at the
All
car
right.
show when he was 10, and it's
No,
Yeah.
different
Barbara
then.
in high school. They went
Oh, that's
classy.
right. That's
All
right.
right.
Yep.
So we're going Steph
Car show.
Curry and Larry Bird, right? I think that's
I
an
think
agreement.
with what we
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's who we have left. Yeah, that's a solid. That's a solid team. Again, there's plenty.
Sure.
But our rules were you could only submit 3, and we whittle the 9 down to 5, right? So
I mean,
Yep.
you could
we had
argue
people
a
that would
lot more
complain
players.
about this list online with us,
It's a solid team.
it is kind of silly that we don't have LeBron on this list. let's be
I
honest.
don't know. Well, again, I mean, see, there's the thing.
Yeah, I thought
You know?
it was odd that nobody had him, but because I would never take away from what LeBron James has done.
Sure.
But there's, yeah, I mean the debate of like you're never gonna, you'll never get me to say LeBron James was better than Jordan. Jordan is
Which is fine.
de facto number 1 for me.
But if you're looking at
and-
this list, Nick, think about this. Think of the dream team from what year was
Oh,
it?
man.
The
92.
Olympic 92 Olympic team, the dream team. Look
Mhm.
at that team alone. That team, any 5 of those easily, if you put them a list like this, you go, yeah, that makes sense. That's totally
Almost
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
team's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Almost the entire team.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong in that sense. But I like this list. Let me
Matter of fact, this team,
let me run it down
This
for you
team's all
guys.
Hall of Fame. They'll be in the Hall of Fame. Steph Curry
Sure.
will walk into the Hall of Fame
Oh,
when
for
he's
sure,
when he's
first
eligible.
ballot.
Yeah.
No question. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys, our convincing idiots ultimate dream team for the NBA: Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, and Steph Curry.
That's a tough team.
There you go. That's
a tough team.
That's a good team. That's solid.
and
That's solid.
another push here for Steph Curry. We bring up, I know he's already on the team, but you bring up LeBron James. LeBron, as great as he is, every time except for one that he went up against Steph Curry, he lost
Sure.
to Steph Curry. So
I mean, that's a
saying.
solid argument.
It's his kryptonite.
There we go.
Makes it all the 2016 all the more
Oh, yeah.
glorious.
I mean,
Mhm.
All the more glorious.
That's right.
He
Like you said, they had the
deserves
greatest regular season of all
flowers for
time
that.
to lose.
Yeah. Yep.
To the Cleveland
Yeah.
Cavaliers down.
Yeah, that was the year they. That's
3-1.
right. That they broke through it down 3 games to 1.
That's a good one.
He deserves all the flowers for that, and to leave, come back, do what he did, and also again to LeBron's credit, we are a Northeastern Ohio podcast, so we would be remiss if we did not at least talk a little bit about LeBron. I think, but
Correct.
like he drugged some god awful.
Terrible
full
teams.
ass fucking Cavs teams
Terrible.
to the playoffs and beat some
To the-
good
the
teams
finals.
en route to the
finals.
finals when he
Yeah.
literally they had nothing. The
Nothing.
ghost of Kevin Love and nothing.
Yeah.
And LeBron did it by him fucking self.
Yeah.
And that is impressive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
That,
if there's
that
going to be an
last-
hothehonorable mention, he's there.
oh yeah.
LeBron
There's
deserves
plenty
for fucking sure.
Plenty,
Yeah.
plenty of guys there. Yeah, that last season that he played in Cleveland when they got to the I think it got to the finals, but just LeBron James's individual performance is one of the greatest individual performances that you're ever going to see a player achieve. Just all he did to drag that team through, it was just absolutely amazing. And if you're not from this area, maybe you don't pay attention to it, but we certainly did here. And that was, that type of thing is just, you have to appreciate and respect any athlete to make an effort like that.
Yeah. You were talking about Kareem and how you felt about him as a Celtics fan. That year that you're talking about was the LeBronto year where they played the Raptors. That was the year. That was 2018, I think. That was the year before the Raptors won. And it was insane. It defied logic because I'm like, the Raptors were so the superior team. And LeBron single-handedly beat them. And I remember, I think I was texting you, Brian, because you were, and I was like, I know it's irrational and I respect what he's doing, but I I hate him right now. Like I'm so I hate him. Like which I don't usually agree with like hating players because they're good, but I'm like this defies law. Like I hate him because of what he's doing right now. Like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but just the last comment on LeBron, no question he would be certainly in the conversation. One thing for me that knocks him down a bit from this list is that he moved around team to team. You think about all the guys that's on our list here.
Sure.
I mean, Kareem was traded, right? But all the other guys on our list
kind of stayed.
They stayed there
for the most part. Yeah,
that was different. It was different back then. Okay. I mean, I understand, but still, and they definitely had owners that were able to find a way to bring in talent around these guys to build the team up. I mean, that's certainly critical too. There's a whole thing there, coaching. As a whole, there's a lot of things have to happen certainly for success. But those guys certainly toughed it out in some tough times with those teams and made people better around them. So that's LeBron didn't, but anyway, it is a factor. So
sure.
All right, guys.
I think we did it.
I think we've done it.
Mm-hmm. We nailed it from deep. That's right. That's right. And if you want to nail it from deep, you should
turn around.
You should do yourself a favor and make the game-winning play and find us on all of our social media accounts. You can find links to them on our link tree. So go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE. And you can find all those links there. You can also go to our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am Millennial Nick.
I'm the Zennial Dean.
The czar of the iPad, Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you that we are the winning shot from downtown? Swish!
Yes.
I'm wearing women's panties. No, that's a different conversation altogether.
Huh. Yes.
That's Marv Albert, not the NBA Jam guy.
Let's go for Marv Albert. You got a toupee, don't you?
Everybody, Gen X Brian with Millennial Nick and Zennial Dean. We need more people besides Nick's mom watching us. Give us a like and subscribe.
Ham grape.
This week on Convincing Idiots, episode 182. No, 282. Fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100 episodes ago.
82 plus
oh
100.
My God.
I can tell you what 182 was. All right. Once again, count me in.
Dean's going and not fucking it up this time in 5, 4, 3.
Oh, wait.